This is the podcast.
Of stuff.
Welcome to the podcast.
Of stuff.
Okay, so this is number 11
Number 11, we're in double digits now.
for the full podcast.
Yeah.
Not the mini podcast, it doesn't count.
No, you're doing them as separates, aren't you? Number one.
When we can't get together,
Yeah.
chuck 20 minutes on here and there.
Yeah.
So,
well, we started good. We got a new mic stand.
yeah. Now, I can't remember anything that I said really in the mini podcast because I was tired from staying up for about 4 days to watch Wrestlemania. That was just the main card. 4 days. It's pretty long.
I gotta admit, the main card was great. I watched all the kickoff show and everything from 10 p.m.
I watched the vast majority. 10:30, I think I put it on.
Oh.
I thought I'd missed the Battle Royal to begin with, and then they put it
So
on.
did I. I got it. I turned it on at 10, and I was like, "Let's go."
Yeah.
I got the other half ready. I got a quilt out for her. I got the blanket out. I made nice, percolated coffee a lot. I got my Spectre cinema mug filled out with ice and Coke, and then that was it. I was like, I'm ready.
Okay, so I've given some thoughts on it. You haven't had a chance to yet. So, have you graded it out of 10 yet? Yeah.
I'm a 7.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, and
Same as me, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah, you said that quite early on in yours.
Yeah.
7.5 because there was some bits I was like, oh, Jericho shouldn't have kicked out the Styles Clash so easily.
Yeah, that did bother me.
That bothered me. What also bothered me was the League of Nations and the was now New Day not being a title match.
Yeah, now see, right up until they won, I actually thought it was. And then when they won, because I assumed they were doing it Freebird rules, because they inducted the Freebirds at the Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
And that was, by the way, the best.
That was the best induction.
That was great.
The Sting's was somber induction. It was very professional.
Ric Flair thought he was inducting himself.
Ric Flair talked like he was inducting himself. And then you had Michael P. Hayes, that dance and then the song right at the end, like awesome.
My favourite part of that was Jimmy Garvin really going for it.
Oh yeah.
But he was out of breath for like 10 minutes.
Didn't say he blew up and all halfway through that.
No, it never worked for WWE and he probably never will. I haven't seen his cardio.
Well, I don't think he worked now anyway.
No. But
I can't see him taking a bump anymore. But
I enjoyed Hall of Fame and we can talk about that in a bit if you want.
But we'll keep that short. The Hall of Fame was good.
It was Godfather and everything.
The Godfather was cool. It was a really short speech, which I thought was cool. Nice and short and sweet. And they got some NXT divas to be his mini home. Well, they're not divas, female wrestlers now.
Yeah.
Thank Christ for
we'll
that.
Get to that.
Yeah. To be his whole train, which I liked.
Yeah.
He didn't talk much. What's his name? Big Boss Man's family.
Boss Man deserves to be in, I think.
Yeah, he deserved to be in it a long time ago, and I like the fact he had his two daughters and his wife inducted him. And
when I was a kid, he was a big star.
Yeah, and he had the nightstick and everything. Yes. I enjoyed that. Sting, Somber. Snoop Dogg's I thought was really good.
That was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, Snoop Dogg's is good. And Nat was like, why is he going into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Mrs. was. And I just went, it's Snoop Dogg. He's been on WTV for at least 15 years. He's coming on and on.
Santino and
yeah, he's been coming off and on for years.
Yeah.
He came out, he had a skit with the Bellas that everyone knew about.
And through the circles of hippity hop that I'm a fan of Snoop anyway.
Yeah, you like your hippity hoppity.
Yeah, hippity Snoop, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of hip. I like Snoop Dogg Doggy Style, the album.
Yeah, who doesn't?
It's a great album. But I like that because you can
that is his best though, by the way.
Yeah, because you can hear Dr. Dre all over it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. That when we actually get around to that, is hip hop good debate? Okay.
Oh,
I'll pull these cards up, I promise. But okay, so the show. Did you think it was too long?
WrestleMania? I thought the kickoff stuff was too long.
Yeah, 2 hours kickoff?
I didn't need 2 hours kickoff. They didn't have 2 hours kickoff last year, they had an hour.
No.
And I was disappointed with the Kalisto and Ryback match because the stadium was half full because they were taking extra security measures apparently.
Apparently as well, one thing I heard was that, they use their tickets, they use like Wi-Fi confirmation, and their Wi-Fi wasn't working properly.
Really?
That's what I heard is one of the problems.
Oh, I just heard WWE put a statement during or after saying that it was longer because the extra security, because everyone wants to be safe.
I'm sure there's a valid reason.
But
right in the UFC though, if you get the UFC, you have like millions of fights and you'll have all the prelim fights, and it's quite empty for a lot of those. And if you watch boxing, because boxing doesn't really have undercards, the big fights, so they're half empty until the main event really.
They are basically, you have the undercard fights and they are half empty, but some of the undercard fights are better than the main events in boxing.
I don't know if we'll get to talk about all the matches, but with Kalisto obviously, for the record, I can't remember how many you got right. My predictions, I got one right. And it was the one I didn't want to be right about.
I wanted,
it was Roman winning the title.
Yeah, I got that right and all. I know that guaranteed, but I didn't want that. The entrance for Triple H was amazing. I mean, it was up there. One of his best entrances. Last year was all the Terminator theme was quite poor. Yeah. But they brought Steph in, and that was awesome.
Yeah, there was something captivating about Steph doing Game of Thrones style speech, wasn't there?
Oh yeah, it was great, and and she looked amazing.
Yeah, she did look fantastic.
The Rock had a surprise match that was interesting.
It's not my favourite entrance of the night, but I'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Well, let's talk about
I'm giving a clue already, but
we'll talk about the Roman match and that now. Then
start with that. Start with the top.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, it was all right.
It was alright. Triple H looked like he was doing his best. He called the whole thing.
You could tell he called the whole thing. He was the one. He was the one. You could tell he was being the one more tired situations where he was saying a few moves in advance and all that. Triple H looked great. Eddie was giving himself to Roman so much. Yeah. Because everything Triple H done, the crowd went wild.
Yeah.
Everything Roman done, it was booze all around.
Which is not really what we're looking for, is it?
No, and
what they're looking for.
And Stone Cold has said it many a times, and everyone else has said it. JR has even said it.
Yeah.
He should have been a heel a year ago.
Yeah, I listened to JR's podcast today, and he had Jim Cornette on. Now we know Jim Cornette can be a little extreme in what he says, but he was quite reserved today, and he, was just answering questions and quite sensible.
Yeah.
And he said that about Roman. He agrees that if Roman was given a year, as a real heel that everyone hated, he'd then be a guy, when they give him a legitimate reason to turn again, he'd be a guy that everybody likes.
Yeah, but he could turn again with the Shield.
Yeah.
To take on Bullet Club.
Yeah.
When they bring Bullet Club in, because that's what it looks like it's happening now.
Yeah.
They got the initial members of Bullet Club already in WWE. Might as well bring them in.
Yeah.
You got AJ Styles. You've got you've got Prince Devitt, which is Finn Balor now. You've got Gallows and Anderson.
Carl
Anderson. Yeah. So we've got the cornerstones of Bullet Club, like AJ Styles kind of took over when Devitt left, and so on and so forth, and then they started the Balor Club thing, and which looks exactly like the Bullet Club logo, and also the New Japan Pro Wrestling stores are not selling Bullet Club stuff anymore.
I've heard the term bulletproof being thrown around as well as something they might have used. I don't know if they're actually going to do that, but I'm excited to see all that. Just about Mania for a second with the match. I mean, it's not the first time it's happened to Triple H where a lot has happened before his match was the main event, and then because of the style he has to work now, which is not particularly fast. It's I'm not criticising him because
that's not age. He's wrestling with his age.
Yeah.
So much better now than he did 15 years ago.
Oh yeah, I mean he's tremendous. But it happened to him with Randy Orton when they had to follow Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. There's some big happenings further down the card. I think if we just go one down, we had the Battle Royal. Strowman, who didn't end up being in it.
I think I picked Kane.
He was close.
He was the last but one, and I didn't even know Baron was in it.
Until he won.
No,
I think I spotted him about a minute before and just thought, oh, he's still in. He'll be going in a minute.
I'd spotted him when they had when Mark Henry come to the ring. You just see him there in the cluster.
Yeah.
Pacing. He was the only one pacing.
You didn't think nothing of it. It's not like he was booked to look great in it.
No. And then next, he went in. I'm like, this is awesome.
It was pretty awesome. I was a little bit confused as to, a lot of the finishes, I think we can say, not just to cover the predictions, but a lot of finishes were quite unexpected.
Yeah, but yeah, that was awesome. I thought the Battle Royal was really good, and Big Shaq coming in.
That was cool.
Kill O'Neil, that was really good. They're setting up something for him in Big Show, definitely. He was clearly almost a foot taller than Big Show.
Yeah, he's a fan too, Shaq.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's a big fan. Yeah, he came in and he came in. He looked like he was ready to wrestle.
He did.
It
wouldn't be the first time Big Show's had a non-wrestler in there with him either.
No, well, he had Mayweather and everything.
He bunks for anybody, Big Show. Fair play to him.
He'd do anything for the company.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think personally, Shaq and Big Show that is a celebrity wrestler match you would enjoy, because Shaq is bigger than Big Show, and there's no one in WWE bigger than the Big Show.
No, I mean, they had Carly, but that doesn't really count.
He didn't bounce for anyone. He didn't.
No, he can't.
No.
Then he walked to the ring. Yeah. But Baron Corbin. So if they do something with that, that's good. We'll have a quick run through Raw after this, but and then a lot of stuff did work out. Some didn't. Some
and then we had one at the Hell in a Cell. Then before that,
Hell in a Cell.
My heart was racing so much. I don't know
if it's age. I was sitting there with my pal watching it. He's a little bit younger than me too, and we both, we saw him looking up just beforehand.
When he was in the ring, he was looking up, and then you see him clip the sides.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. That whole match was really good.
Yeah. Now the thing that surprised me there, as soon as Shane starts cutting the cell, I'm not thinking necessarily that he will go up. I'm thinking this is how we get interference.
Yeah.
People will get in the cage that way. Shane's both cutters on the cell.
Initially, that's what I thought. Because I was thinking, if anyone's going to come off, they're going to come off like Seth and Dean did last year.
Yeah.
Where they come off almost at the top,
halfway, like you
said.
I think
three quarters halfway.
Yeah.
That even when they done that, I was like, oh my god, they shouldn't be doing that.
Shawn Michaels did it with Undertaker. He dropped into the table, but not from.
No.
It looked like it hurt, but not from the top.
Yeah, and the only one that we've seen come off the top is Rikishi. And
backwards onto a hay
truck. So we did that. Even I thought that was much. When I remember watching that, I was like, no. Yeah. And then Rikishi go, and he took that bump well. And the other one was the big one, Mick Foley.
Yes.
Sorry about the language there, but it's Foley.
I'll cut it on. Yeah. And obviously Foley, we know he in some ways regrets it now. But
I know DDP Yoga, he walked really well.
When Shane got to the top as well, and honestly my stomach was turning.
Yeah, I was literally on the edge. She was snoring. I shook her awake, and she was like, last match. She falls asleep. She wants for the main event. She wants to be walking out.
Roman.
I think it's Triple H.
Triple H, yeah.
And then I'm on the edge. I put my spicy chicken down.
Wow.
And I'm just like,
that's significant.
Yeah, well, WrestleMania, I make spicy chicken. I had spicy chicken and sausage rolls.
Yeah, I dropped my energy drink. No, so I mean, he got to the top. Undertaker's on the announce table, and Shane, when he got to the top, you hear the crowd chanting, "Please don't die."
Yeah,
I was
thinking it. Yeah, and
I was like, this is they've had such a hard time of it lately. In terms of people doubting where they're going and everything. I thought if Shane gets seriously
injured here,
this isn't good.
No, and
he did rig the table.
Well, you could tell there was something underneath.
Which I'm glad about, by the way.
Yeah.
I complain because it still looked great.
Oh no, I'm glad they rigged the table. To be honest, if he came through that, he would have broke.
Yeah.
He would have broken. He would have broken on me. He saw him come down, and they showed the slow mo each time, and the Undertaker in the slow mo still seemed to get off that table like he's 20 years younger.
Yeah.
He's like, nope.
Yeah. Were you surprised we didn't have any outside interference? I think both of us thought there might be some.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was thinking they would do that, but with that jump, I don't think they need outside interference.
No.
Undertaker, and I like the old the hand gestures.
Yeah.
The whole match was set up really good. The Undertaker looked strong in it. There was moments where Shane had his bits on him, but the Undertaker generally ruled that match.
Yeah. I thought, considering it was a non-wrestler and a guy who only works once or twice a year, I thought it was about as good as you could expect. With no interference, I was happy there was no interference.
I had a worry though, because the gear the Undertaker was wearing on the way in was the same gear, except for the colour was different.
Right.
To the gear he walked in on WrestleMania 30 and lost.
Oh.
So when I saw that, I was like, he's going to lose.
That's like a marker. Yeah.
That was for me. That was a marker because it was all black, but you had the silver tassels, and in WrestleMania 30 it was like blood red and black, and he was coming down in that, and I was just
did he lose at 30?
He did, yeah, he did.
Yeah, a few people have mentioned that.
Yeah, so I as he was coming down, and I saw that, and I was like, oh no, no, he's gonna lose this one. I didn't want him to lose. No. But I wanted Shane to be in charge of Raw.
The outcome of the match we'll talk about a little bit when we talk about Raw, but not that important as it turns out. But
for one episode possibly.
Because Shane has survived the fall, I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, and I like the old thumbs up when he was taken out on the stretcher, and his neck weren't bad because the way they put him on the stretcher, he didn't have a neck brace on at all.
No, and while he put his thumb up for show, it's also nice to know that he was able to put his thumb up.
Yeah. Well, he weren't that bad because he took a tombstone after.
Oh yeah, but I mean, even Foley when he did it, I mean, he finished the match.
And he had a run out then with against when was now Stone Cold was having a match.
Yeah.
So he'd still done his run out, the most pathetic run out in history.
We talked about it on the podcast, didn't they?
I like that podcast. I thought that was a good one.
Yeah, I did forget it. But yeah, Noel Foley's going to wrestle. What about that? Mick Foley's daughter.
Yeah, I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
Definitely interested. She ain't going to do any of her dad's moves.
Yeah.
I do want to watch Holy Foley though.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend I'm interested in most things Noel Foley does, but anyway.
Yeah, I think I still see her as a little girl.
Yeah, it does make it a bit creepy.
It does. I can't look at her that way because I've been watching wrestling that long.
Yeah.
And
ultimately it's hard to see her without thinking Mick.
And also, and all I see is the little girl screaming for her dad while The Rock was ploughing chairs across the back of his head.
That was brutal.
Yeah, so that's what I think when I see that.
Yeah.
The
boy was there too, wasn't he?
Yeah, the boy was there too. The boy's writing for WWE now.
Yeah, he's a grown up.
Yeah, they both are.
If he's writing, then he needs to listen to his dad a bit more.
Yeah, well,
depends on influence.
I gotta make it's right on the button when it comes to wrestling.
Yeah, awesome.
He is a big fan and it's superb. But going back to that match, it was really good.
Yeah,
I had everything I wanted in it. I wasn't surprised by the outcome. I did want Shane to win, but also I didn't want the Undertaker to lose.
Yeah. That was the difficulty with it.
That was a difficult one there. I think we mentioned that in our WrestleMania podcast.
I think everyone had the same issue with it.
Yeah, and that turned out good. The match then before that was with the Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose. Didn't live up to no hype at all.
I've got two schools of thought on that. One is I think the way that it was built with all the weapons and everything. And firstly, why is Ambrose not wheeling that cart down to the ring with him?
For one. Two, why is he? Well, obviously there's massive Terry Funk influences on him because of all the chairs and everything.
Yeah.
That is a Funk thing. They used to just throw all the chairs in.
In ECW I saw it.
Yeah. Which is great. He picked up the chainsaw. He couldn't even turn it on. It was taken out of his hand. He got was a Barbie.
Yes.
And
not enough of that.
Not enough. And he looked great with it. He looked like he looked like he was trying to cut his own lip with it.
Yeah.
And then he should have had one shot on Brock for that. A stomach shot.
Yeah.
We're not asking for headshots and stuff like that now because they don't do that anymore.
Or, the protected one where they hold the end and it's your hand hitting their head.
Yeah, and that would have looked great.
Yeah. Brock would have bled from that anyway.
Yeah, Brock's like Ric Flair when it comes to bleeding, Yeah. You just have to look at him and he's like, oh God, I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
He didn't bleed in this match, surprisingly.
Yeah, I mean, there is a counter. I've watched it twice, okay? And the only thing I thought second time about it, when I sort of reconsidered, it was quite short for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It didn't get brutal enough.
No.
They made me think Ambrose lost a little easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the build-up where he took so many F5s and everything, and he's still like, well, I'm still here, and all that.
Well, also, he took 13 Germans.
No, he took 13 suplexes, only 12 of them were German.
Okay.
We don't want too many Germans there.
Okay.
Yeah. Michael Cole was like, he took 13 Germans, and I even said no. He took 1 suplex and then 12
but
German
suplexes. If they're selling it as that, a lot of people wouldn't necessarily know the difference. You know what I mean? So
he took more Germans than Cena.
Yeah.
Cena took 11 Germans.
If they just instructed Michael Cole and JBL and the other guys to sell more the fact at the end that Lesnar's won, but Dean Ambrose is still coming.
Yeah.
He's still getting back up. He's still unifying, because then Ambrose doesn't lose anything from losing.
No, and they didn't.
It's a good finish.
Yeah, I think the commentary sucked on that one, and I think the commentary sucked because Michael Cole has lost his edge now.
Yeah, and we said before is that they're not always in control of what they're able to say.
No, which we know that, but I still think the SmackDown guy should be on it.
Oh,
Ronaldo, yeah.
100%.
Yeah. When he done the pre-show, it was good. It was entertaining.
It was a nice thing.
It was nice.
The pre-show go quick.
Yeah. And when they were on the kick-off panel and Michael Cole's walking down, you hear all the boos.
Yeah.
It says something alone, and he's not even a wrestler. He gets booed more than some of the wrestlers, and that's people watching, but that match was disappointing for me, and that's all I can really say on that. It weren't.
Yeah. Not as great as it could
No,
be.
it could have been. It wasn't terrible. It could have been better.
Not booked very well, I don't think.
No, Brock did look bored.
A little bit, yeah.
Which was disappointing. I was like, Brock, he one significant shot he had, Ambrose had, was the ball shot.
Yeah.
That was it, really.
Which always takes Lesnar out.
Yeah, he play with a man's plums, he's going to go down, and basically that was it,
I don't remember the order from you.
Before that was the Divas match.
Are you talking about the
women's championship match?
Earlier in the show, Lita came out.
Yeah.
And she announced they were changing the Divas title to the women's title.
Yeah.
Which we've definitely pushed in the past. So it's good that they're doing this first. We're getting rid of the Diva name.
Yeah, I prefer that.
Yeah, which is just it's terrible. Nobody likes it, except possibly the ones who made a show out of it. But I think obviously we saw them. They were pre-show, weren't they?
Yeah.
Total Divas.
Total Divas versus Too Bad and Blonde.
Yeah.
I think I text you.
Emma.
Amazing.
Yeah, we called that before, saying we wanted to see that.
Yeah, and I watch her on NXT and she's been phenomenal, and she looks great. And
I was pretty impressed, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't really look through a Twitter feed, and I did during that match.
Yeah.
And I realised it's possible that she's with Zack Ryder, so I don't like her that much.
Just quickly on that, before we talk about the title match and the fact that it's changed to the women's title, and Lita changed it, which was quite cool. Could have been Lita or Trish. I would have been.
Yeah, I would have been happy with either or. I would have questioned if China done it.
Yeah, a lot of people would have.
Yeah.
I don't think that would have been on the schedule.
No.
She beat someone up backstage and took it. No, I mean the tag match. The way it ended. And they lifted up Brie Bella.
She's gone, isn't she?
Is Brie Bella leaving?
Oh, well, she must do it. Even Master Mick Foley put a thing on Facebook today saying goodbye, Brie.
I didn't realise. So what happens when you have a day job? You don't see this stuff.
Yeah, I have a day job and I want to go back to it. I'm bored. And
but at least it leaves you free to know this stuff.
Yeah, true.
So well, I mean. Yeah, it would be probably a good time if they're moving away from the Diva thing to have the most.
And Nikki possibly can't wrestle anymore.
Well, it's not looking good with that.
With her neck.
She's still injured, clearly.
Well, she's going to be out for a while anyway with a neck injury.
She has become credible enough. I think if she came back as a woman, she would probably be okay.
And she was alright. She's not a bad wrestler though.
No, she's not at all.
No.
And working with, look at the people she got to work with now.
Yeah.
You know.
They need to do more with Paige.
Yeah, of course.
Basically, Paige needs to do more. She created this new diva, the new women's wrestling.
Yeah. She was a bridge.
Yeah, she started this. No credit.
Her and AJ were.
Yeah, they were the ones that done it. Even AJ and most of was now. Her promos were saying, she's a woman. This is a woman's championship, not diva. I'm not a diva and all that.
Yes.
And which is great.
Well, Paige is a child of wrestlers, so she's a wrestler.
Yeah.
She doesn't even probably like sports entertainment. it's wrestling per page. I would
Exactly, and also, you know, Natty.
Natty as well.
Yeah.
She'll never get the full credit because the time for her to be on top, I think, is probably past now.
It's going. I reckon she should hold that title at least one more.
They should give her a run. With the women's title.
With the women's title, because she had the Divas title for a bit.
She doesn't have to have it for long. Just give her a big win in Canada or something like that.
Yeah. Well, they bound to have a Raw or something in Canada.
The crowd would go crazy for it.
Yeah, exactly. And she's a heart, isn't she?
Yeah, we don't get those moments enough.
No.
I don't think.
And yeah, other than that, that match was.
Yeah, but the other match, I'm gonna say now, my favourite match on WrestleMania was Sasha versus Charlotte versus Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch China on Raw. I didn't notice that. China.
Yeah. And also featured my favourite entrance.
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg introducing Sasha. That was pretty cool.
Well, cousin, isn't it? And he even picked that up on Hall of Fame. I liked that match. I thought it was really good. It lived up to everything and more, to be honest.
I thought Charlotte, who gets a bit of criticism, I thought she was really good.
Oh, she's really good anyway.
I know that, but
yeah.
I think she answered a lot of people in that match.
Oh, but she wrestled phenomenally, and she done everything she needed to. I thought Becky Lynch looked really strong, and
always.
I gotta admit, Sasha could have done more, but she didn't need to do more.
And then that's clearly going to happen one-on-one.
That's gonna happen later on.
Because I predicted she'd win, and I think they're possibly saving it for a one-on-one. And if that's the case, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I like the fact that Rick is still getting involved.
Yeah.
You know, he took a bump.
Yeah. People want it to end, but I think they're just going to drag it out a little further.
Yeah, they're going to drag it out, and then Charlotte will go face and go against the father, or a father. I'll pick another diva.
Or super heel, just by the fact that she slaps her dad Ric Flair because everybody loves Ric Flair.
Yeah, super heel would actually be even better.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want her to go straight to face because she can't be nicey after what she's been doing, and especially after the promo at Raw.
Yeah.
Which was a very good promo. I thought she was very good on that mic.
I think she's quite underrated at that.
Yeah, she is good. She is really good. It's just when everyone sees her, she's a father.
Well, naturally, I mean, it's not like they play that down.
No, they play it more in NXT. You didn't know Rick was a father. No. They didn't say it at all. Then when she first came on, they started saying it. They promoted it straight away as soon as she came into WWE main roster. But yeah, that match was good. I enjoyed that match. Yeah. The match before that was the Jericho AJ.
I don't know. That was early in the card. I know.
Yeah.
Or was it League of Nations and New Day?
It was League of Nations
New Day.
League of Nations New Day was, and that
giant box of Bluteos.
Yeah, what's with that? I don't know. That was great. Their armor was they had trouble getting into the ring without armor. Big E doesn't need better armor. But yeah, that was good. That was a fun match. It ended the way it should. The match because League of Nations needed a win. They can't keep losing by count out or foul.
It wasn't for the title even. I thought.
No, I thought it was for the title.
I thought they were going to go Freebird rule.
Yeah, I thought it was for the title and all, but I was disappointed about that. Yeah. So it wasn't for the titles. Okay, even though it would make sense if they'd done tag titles Freebird rules match.
Yeah,
would have been perfect. 4 against 3, but yeah, that ended the way it should. Really, they should have won that, and they did.
After the match.
And then after the match, when Sheamus done the old no, and then HBK's music hit, and I'm sitting, I'm like, Mrs. was awake still at this point. She's like, "Oh, you need getting a bit older. Ooh, calm down, woman."
I don't think I conveyed my emotion properly by text message when that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I lost my.
Yeah, mine was
Yeah.
Oh, fake. I just next you know, you hear the car crash, and I was like, Mick Foley comes out.
When Michael's music hit, I thought, obviously went crazy because it's Michael's, and I'm like #1
He's
fan.
in his gear, I thought.
He had his wrestling gear on. I went, no way.
Yeah. Oh, I thought he had his gear on, and I was like, no way. I was like, he's got his gear on, and Mick comes down, his hands are taped, and he's, when Mick's wrestling, his hair's wet.
And then pop of the night, still to this day.
Broken glass, bang. But the thing is, he came out, he had his wrestling tape on.
Yeah.
And because he hasn't come out wrestling tape on. He had wrestling tape on, and it looks like he had knee pads underneath.
It's a great idea to have them all come out with wrestlers.
Yeah.
It's like watching one of the 2K games, wasn't it?
Yeah, they came out as wrestlers, and they didn't do a proper match or anything. I like that. They came in. Mick had one, bloody Shawn Michaels had another, and Stone Cold had the big one.
Yes.
And he's pull him on, and then we get the old, Mandible Claw.
It was great to see him.
Mandible Claw, and then we got Sweet Chin, and he done the shortest build up to Sweet Chin. He just like bang bang in, and then Stone Cold.
Yeah, the fingers.
Done.
Done,
and then that was it. And then what's his name came in? Bad News Barrett. He came in and
took everything in the world.
He took the Mandible Claw Sockle. He took bloody the Sweet Chin, and then he took a stunner, and then they just rolled him out of the ring.
Yeah. So they got the win, but they didn't exactly come out.
I got to show this quickly though. Yeah. Mick. I know he mentioned he lost like 50 pounds and everything, and he looked great, and he's walked the best I've seen him down that ring. He walked real well.
I mean, he shuffled back in the day when he was wrestling. So.
Yeah, but that's how he walked when he was wrestling. So he came down to that ring, spot on, and he done a little run in a knee to the face.
Yeah.
What was it?
I can't remember the last time I saw him do that.
No, he done. He walked away, and I was like, well, what's he doing here? Well, he ran in. And
I don't think he has a name for it. I call it the car crash. I love the way he just like plunges into them.
It should be the car crash actually. Just bang.
With his music as well.
Yeah. He just ploughed into him, and it was great. I think it's about to be real, wasn't it? Yeah, because Shawn Michaels had Sheamus.
One of those dudes.
Yeah. League of Nations, dude. Give him some respect.
I know their name.
Give them some respect. I think they're actually really good. They're ridiculously fun. They're ridiculous and it's funny.
They're handy to have around at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, a New Day are faces now anyway, but a really quick way to confirm that is put them against those guys, because those guys don't get cheered by anybody.
No, New Day are great.
Barrett gets cheered here, Sheamus gets cheered in Ireland, that's what it is.
Yeah, and then we go on to then after the match. When New Day got in, they tried to get people dance, and you got Mick.
I forgot about New Day getting back in.
Yeah, Mick twerked, Shawn Michaels twerked, Stone Cold stunned him.
And that's the way it should be.
And that's the way it should be.
I was looking at Austin going, don't do it, Steve. Don't. It's not you. Don't.
Yeah, and that was it.
Yeah, that was a really. I mean, I enjoyed seeing them all. It's not necessarily the best thing for League of Nations, but
no.
I'm sure they were okay with it.
Oh yeah, and they proved that on Raw and all.
Yeah.
A hellacious stunner.
Have we talked about AJ and Jericho?
No. We talked a little bit at the beginning. That was their best match.
Yeah.
That was their best match. AJ got the crowd going. They automatically booed Jericho on everything he done, which he's the only one out of all the bad guys that actually make people boo, even though he's got history.
He's great at that.
He's great.
Yeah.
And but yeah, he done everything. AJ was phenomenal, really good in the ring. Phenomenal, as I'm saying. Strangely enough, they do call him the phenomenal one, and he was on top form.
He's very good.
Yeah, and still, I didn't like the fact that Jericho kicked out the code breaker after 2, but he didn't on Raw. So.
Styles Clash, I mean.
Yeah, Styles Clash. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like it, and I think I told you that by text.
Yeah, and I think I replied. It was a good match, though.
It was a good match. Yeah.
It was a good match. In the end,
again, I was a bit sceptical of the finish because I thought, shouldn't these two be done? But we'll get to it when we talk about Raw. AJ has other plans.
Exactly.
That's okay.
And then we had the preliminary shows, which we generally talked about earlier.
Yeah, there's not. We talked about the tag match. We talked about Kalisto and Ryback. I think I picked Ryback.
And the Dudleys and the Usos, that was good. I enjoyed that. Okay. Dudleys, I just loved it. Just slapping, slapping around, just like your father. Slap him around like this.
Yeah, I love it when Bubba does that.
Yeah, bully.
Bully.
He's in bully mode when he does that. And that was great. So we can't really say much on that match. That was good. One last thing about Raw, WrestleMania, is the Rock segment.
Yeah. I had it in mind, yeah. So he came out to announce the record attendance. Whether that's true or not, we don't.
Apparently, it's 97,000.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah, I reckon it's over 100,000.
Could be.
But there are a lot of haters out there just want to say it's not.
I mean, whichever way you look at it, and then Jim Gunner said this earlier, and JR said this earlier too. Okay, even if it isn't 103, did I say 103 or 101?
101 something.
Okay. So even if it's not that, it's a lot of people in one place to watch wrestling.
Exactly, it means it's great.
It's it's bigger than 3 as well, I think, which even that I think was inflated a bit.
That one, yeah.
It was at 93 supposed to be, but it was actually probably about 87. But I mean, still, that's a lot of people watching wrestling. You know, so The Rock come out to give the attendance. I have a question about this quickly. So he came out, and he had a big gun.
Yeah.
Which turned out to be a
flamethrower, which I thought was a t-shirt.
So did I. Everybody I've spoken to was like, yeah. I was like, The Rock's going to shoot t-shirts? Really? He's come to this?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, but
I thought, t-shirts?
Even with the flame, I went, what's this about?
He just done it to light his own
and then
name.
It was, he's lighted his own name on fire. The Rock's on fire, you see. Oh.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of that. It's probably one of the least cool things The Rock has done for about 15 years.
Yeah, but done that, he had to walk out his little chat.
Yes.
Same old, which is good though. It's really good. It works. For me, it works. I say it when it's on. It's finally.
I'll make a bold prediction after this, but yeah. But also he came down and then he was interrupted.
First thing I noticed when he came down, he had his wrestling boots on.
You noticed?
I noticed the boots because they're shiny. Cause normally he's wearing white trainers.
I didn't notice.
He's normally wearing white trainers with them tracksuit bottoms.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that they were just pull-offs because they didn't look like they were pull-offs.
I heard he had an announcement, so my thought was automatically in my head went, Rock's not fighting. He's there to do the attendance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I knew Austin was there. I knew Michaels was there, and we weren't sure if
Michaels
was going to get involved in.
They're all them could be like WrestleMania 30. All 3 of them are going to get in the ring set for Hogan, and have a.
Why is that?
You know.
We won't go into it, but yeah, we know why.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he got interrupted by the people who were left off WrestleMania.
Yeah.
The Wyatts.
I thought that was good.
Yeah, no, it was good, and even The Rock making fun of him was quite funny. Do you necessarily think, and I don't want to be too internety about this,
he buried the Wyatt straight up.
He kind of buried them.
Even though he bigged him up straight away, and whenever people were on about
that Dynasty and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they buried him there, but when he bigged him up about, he's got the charisma, he's got the electricity, he's got everything.
He did do that, yeah.
He bigged him up, and you heard the crowd like roaring to it.
Yeah.
And then they had an impromptu match, which I thought was really good.
It was.
It was the quickest match ever. Yeah. I think he was only insured to do one move.
6 seconds.
6 seconds, yeah, 6 seconds.
Broke a record too.
Yeah, ref came out, rung the bell, rock bottom, pin.
I may be wrong about this. I think the quickest previously was Kane and Chavo.
I thought the quickest one before that was Kane Chavo was quick, and Daniel Bryan and Sheamus.
Oh yeah. Well, how long was that?
That was like 8 seconds or something like that.
How long was AJ kissing him for? Because I think that was after the bell, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was it. And then there's a brogue kick, pin, and it was over.
Yeah.
That was for the heavyweight title, and that was.
I just thought I saw that Rock broke a record, but I could be wrong.
No, he did. They said he broke a record.
It was the quickest.
Yeah, apparently, 6 seconds.
Yeah.
And then was now the Wyatts going to attack him. I reckon they should have left that, but Super Cena came down.
Yes, John Cena got on WrestleMania. He still doesn't look himself.
And we struggled to pick him up.
Yeah, he looks quite pale and drawn.
Yeah, well,
for John Cena, obviously.
He's still rehabbing, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not actually fit. He was cleared to do a couple of bits, but he's not cleared to wrestle a match yet.
No.
So do you know what? I actually, as much as we all hate Cena, I popped when he came out. I marked out, as they call it. I was like, get on! Yeah. Cena's got to be involved.
The funny thing is we're always so desperate for him to turn. Is that even when he came down to help The Rock, and back in my mind, I'm going, attack The Rock.
Yeah.
Attack The Rock.
Don't be friendly.
Yeah.
Don't be friendly. He bitch slapped you verbally and physically for nearly 2 years.
Whack The Rock, all the Wyatts will just slide out and leave him to it. And beat each other up, and yeah, that would have been, I would have loved it. But
then we have the rubber match, and leave it at that. That's all I was thinking that, but I knew that wasn't going to happen.
I'm going to try and stop thinking about it when he comes back, because I want it to, if it ever happens, if they ever pull the trigger on it, I just want to be, I didn't see that coming, because I'm looking for it every time I see Cena.
Yeah. But yeah, that was good. Oh, the ladder match.
We didn't even talk about the ladder match.
It was good.
Yeah, the winner was obviously a big shock.
Yeah, I'm landed about that now.
Exactly.
You know it.
Some people were annoyed that he lost it.
Yeah, I was, but Mercy's back there.
But also,
Mercy,
it's a cool moment. He had his dad and everything, and it's a pretty cool moment for him still, for a guy who hasn't had a lot.
His dad looks like he's in the gym more than Zack Ryder.
Yeah, but it was a cool moment for him, and I think he probably appreciates it, even though I'm sure they told him going in, look, you're only going to have it for a night, we want to move it on to The Miz.
I know, but he's got his rematch at SmackDown, which is tonight, so I'll probably watch it tomorrow.
I'm sure he won't win.
No, not mine. But his dad, Jack, they might try and get his dad in the ring with him.
Yeah, so I still give WrestleMania like 7.5.
7.5.
It's not. It even seems a little high when I think about it, but there was enough on there where I was like, I enjoyed that. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything about it. It was great. So next up, Raw. Yeah, Raw.
Okay, so we were just on about Zack Ryder winning the title.
Yeah, good transition, really. I'm glad we technically didn't forget about the ladder match.
And Owens didn't lose.
No,
so he doesn't get hurt either.
Which is good. I thought Owens sold his injuries from that match. There were some good spots in that ladder match.
Yeah.
I thought the one where Sin Cara came off and literally cut Stardust, Cody Rhodes in half was good.
Yeah, that was incredible. Probably the best bump of the match.
Yeah, they didn't have that much of that really, because what's his name wasn't involved. Because
What, Dolph?
No, Dolph
Was there, wasn't he?
I'm forgetting now.
Oh, Kofi.
Kofi, yeah. Kofi was one.
We talked about it, I think, on a preview. We said, it's a shame Kofi's busy elsewhere.
Yeah, because Kofi's the one that does normally them big spots.
Yeah, and they used to have, I think I said before, they used to have John Morrison as well.
Do you want a glass? Because we're not animals in this house.
Oh, no, I drink from cans.
Oh.
I'm from Landor, my friend.
Goddamn animal. No, you're not. From the Harvard.
Well, in between.
In between. Alright.
Born in Landor, grew up in Harvard. Yeah, anyway.
That's still not as bad as brought up in Port Me Blind and Mice and Penland.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But obviously on Raw, The Miz beat Zack Ryder for the Intercontinental title. Now, normally everyone would groan, and I would usually too.
Yeah, I didn't.
The Miz again.
I didn't groan on that though.
Difference.
It was different because
Maurice.
That's how you say it. I call him whatever.
I remember
Maurice.
When she first started wrestling, I actually thought she looked quite promising because she's got that. Like,
then she got married.
But I think they didn't book her very well. She didn't know English to begin with when she joined the company, you know.
No.
So even when Miz was first dating her, she couldn't speak English properly.
Which was great because some of the stuff he says is probably up there. Bullcrap.
Yeah, if she ever learns English, she's in trouble.
Yeah, but
he's punching way above his weight.
Yeah.
But I think that could be a good combination if they stick with that.
Yeah, I reckon they should keep them two together.
She knows wrestling.
And he needs a partner.
Yeah.
And it'd be better if he had a female partner.
He needs something.
He does.
You know, he's been around a long time. He's always stuck in the same sort of
predicament right now. Yeah, they served him a justice when they made him world heavyweight title champion.
Yeah, and because I remember when he was world champion. And
WWE champion.
WWE.
Yeah, because at the time they had the heavyweight title on SmackDown.
You're right. Yeah, but he went into that match with Cena, and they did a big video package, and he was almost move you to tears watching it.
I know it was great because they started right when he was on like reality shows and everything, all the way up.
And he became sort of a sideshow then in the Rock Cena thing.
Yeah,
and he's not ever really recovered.
No, he hasn't.
No,
and he won that at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
he beat Cena at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
not many people can say that.
Yeah, I think we obviously saw the start of Raw. I mentioned earlier about the Shane Taker match.
Yeah, I like the start of Raw. Shane, nice big bruise, and he looked a bit battered.
Oh, he could barely walk.
Well, I think he sold that a little. Do you know why? Because when he was out backstage, said when he walked away pretty quick. So I think he sold that on the way out.
Well, he sold it well then.
He sold it well. Yeah. And the crowd was off the roof again. I can't believe how many West Ham shirts did you see in that crowd? I saw loads.
Too many.
One is too many in my eyes, but I saw at least 6 or 7 West Ham shirts, and all I thought was, how the hell West Ham got this many fans?
Yeah, my team's playing West Ham again next week as well, so I don't need to see much more West Ham really. But obviously the stipulation had been if Shane had won, he would have had control of Raw, and Vince kind of gave it to him anyway.
Pretty much.
Sort of temporary. No one's really sure for how long. Whether it was just for the night.
Well, he said, God, what's so now? Damn it, you got it, and walked away.
Yeah.
I grumbled because I'm old. Walk away.
Yeah.
And basically, and do you know what? It was a damn good Raw.
Yeah.
That's a 9.5 Raw. That was.
When they're doing all their kind of.
That would have made it a 10 if Undertaker turned up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think Taker is probably going away again now for a good while, isn't he? We would guess, probably.
I don't know, with that smirk at the end of that match where Shane was getting all the EMT action and Taker smirked.
Yeah.
I think Taker's going to be around for a while.
I hope so.
I hope so. He turns up this week on Raw because apparently he was behind in the background of Raw, all ready to go if they needed him, but they didn't need him. But he stayed there anyway.
Okay. All right. So when Roman won the main event at WrestleMania, he celebrated, and I don't think it's my imagination. I think everyone's been saying it as well. They turned his music up.
Oh God, yeah.
So you couldn't hear any boos because they were there. And from what everyone I have friends who were in the venue, they said that when the music stopped, they booed the place down.
Well, Seb was there apparently. Well, guy from work was there.
Yeah.
And is he back yet?
I don't know him very well, but I heard he went.
Yeah, I know he went. He told me, and I was like,
I haven't seen him.
He told me, and I just went, you lucky.
Yeah. My friend went as well. He
like...
kind of spent the week there. He's been to WrestleMania before. He spent the week there, and he went to sort of a Texas Rangers baseball game and everything.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so he's done the whole thing. But he said, he got booed once that music stopped, and you could hear it. There was still boos when he was going back up the aisle. I mean, he had his daughter with him. If he's still getting booed when he's got his daughter with him, I mean, when's he not going to get booed?
Oh, and also, on Raw he got booed, and he says, "I'm not a good guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a bad guy. I'm the guy."
Yeah.
And Jericho interrupted him, and
Such
then
a heel.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm the guy.
Yeah, basically.
That's not what the good guys.
No, that's not a good guy's talk. That's a heel talk.
Yeah.
And he should be a heel now.
Are we going to start to see it? Because the major thing I think for me coming out of Raw was that they had a match to determine who the number one contender was going to be.
Really good match and all.
Yeah.
And Jericho didn't kick out the Styles Clash so easy.
Yeah.
Which I like. I like AJ's explanation on why he's not using it as often.
Yeah.
Because the guys are bigger in the WWE than anywhere else he's worked.
Makes sense.
So it's a harder move for get him in. So he's got to work on it.
Yeah.
That's why he's got a separate move.
I don't mind if there's an explanation.
And it's Calf Crusher. No, it's the Cow Crusher. They're fully grown.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought this Raw was really good, and
AJ won.
And he's a huge babyface right now. So against Roman, who technically is meant to be the face of the company and a babyface and all that.
Yeah, and it seems to be playing up his bad side.
Yeah. So that's where they could possibly turn him now. He's got to say he's got to go heel now.
I kind of remember them doing this with CM Punk. Do you remember when CM Punk was champion and they started putting him against Jeff Hardy? And to begin with, it was all respectful. And Punk just started to turn a little and cheat here and there and start questioning why fans could cheer Jeff Hardy. But it was okay because he still likes them, and he just slowly twisted it to the point then when he went full evil.
Yeah.
If they do it right with Roman here, this could be really good.
For Roman, massively. And also, I reckon AJ ain't going to win the title straight up. And Roman is going to cheat to win it.
I really hope that's what they do.
He's going to cheat to win it. He's going to do a bollock shot, or he's going to crush some plums or something.
AJ will get into good matches because AJ can do that.
AJ will give him a good match.
Yeah.
And AJ's got the experience to give him a good match. I'm loving the Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens stuff right now.
It's ramping up now.
That's ramping up. That's going to be a big one. It's still called Payback or Extreme Rules. I can't remember what they're calling it this year.
Yeah, we still don't know.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
I almost don't want to know now.
No.
It'll spoil it.
Exactly, that's going to be a good one. But
fully loaded.
Yeah. Oh no.
I'll pull out a different one every week.
Yeah.
Millions of them. Yeah.
Oh no.
In your house, beware of dog. Yeah, they're my favourites.
They're all Full House.
Yeah, Full House. Oh my god.
Oh, they were bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically.
It took you way up your game with that. I think AJ getting blasted by Rails go heel on AJ would be cool. If they do that, they can't honestly think that people are going to cheer Roman over AJ.
No, especially not. AJ's got the best intro right now.
Yeah.
And Seth Rollins has got the best music. Them and the Ascension, they've got the best music.
Yeah.
But
did you cover that then just because AJ's music is hip hop?
Yeah, but right now AJ's music is really good as well.
No, it is, yeah.
And imagine it, Seth Rollins AJ matches are going to be awesome.
I cannot wait to see that. I really cannot wait to see that.
Let's talk about the people who've come up from NXT quickly.
Yeah, I wanted Bayley, didn't get her.
No, you're not going to get Bayley yet. Even though they had all the divas there, and they had the not divas, all the female wrestlers. I can actually say women wrestlers. I've been programmed to say divas for ages.
I know.
Now
you're totally forgiven.
Yeah. Now I can say women's wrestling again. Thank Christ.
Yeah.
They're not the go to the toilet matches anymore.
They've called it women's title, by the way. They're not even really calling them the women. They just call them superstars now. We noticed they're trying to make it
equal. Yeah, which is great. Great. I'm for that.
And they're the best to watch at the minute.
They're putting some of the best matches on.
Yeah.
You had everything. Sasha had her bit, and Charlotte doing that speech was like, it's all of us, and then she just turns on them quickly.
Did you see my manly thing for WrestleMania where I changed my profile photo for a WrestleMania banner and I used legit boss?
No, I didn't.
Sasha.
Sorry, man. No, I didn't. I don't stalk you on Facebook.
No, I know, but those photos get a lot of likes. Not one single person went to me, that's a bit girly. But I didn't see the Ambrose Asylum one, in fairness, until after I'd done it. And
I didn't change.
Stuck with Sasha.
I didn't change mine because I didn't see none of them.
No.
Only,
it's it comes up in your news feed, and you just click try it, and then it gives you the option to do it.
Oh, I didn't see them.
Yeah, that's why I used an old one of me doing a DX chop or something.
That wasn't that old. It was only a couple of years ago when you went to
it was.
Cardiff live.
Yeah, last year too.
Yeah, I went to NEC in Birmingham, didn't I? What was I saying?
We were
the women's title was that was great. That's a nice title, no?
Yeah.
That was good. The NXT wrestlers came up. You had Corbin,
yes,
Baron Corbin,
the Battle Royal, of course.
and hell of a match for him and Ziggler. And he literally just ended days on Ziggler on the mat outside. Awesome.
Can you imagine him selling to Ziggler? So Dolph, we've got a new guy to beat you this week.
Dolph's like, well, you put me in my own movie, so.
Yeah. And he's also like, put me in the main event too, I'll lose to someone there too. Yeah. I don't know if he likes it, but he does it an awful lot.
He's been doing it for years, so. Everyone's just saying, oh, Spirit Squad reunion. He's like, no, I'll do anything not to get that. No. What, want me to lose again? Yeah, I'll lose again. No reunion. I am not jumping around singing songs like that again.
Did we have any luck with Baron Corbin?
Baron Corbin, we had the Vaudevillains coming in on SmackDown.
Yeah, that's right. Have you seen much of the Vaudevillains?
On NXT, I've seen loads.
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah.
With their old timey wimey mustaches and side partings and everything.
Not my favourite thing on NXT, but
I do like them. Oh, there was a few actually, and I can't. The only one I've only said the ones that stuck out. Big Kaz.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting
and
for.
Enzo. Soft.
And you can't
teach that. I've been watching them on NXT for yonks.
I love them.
And I love the fact them two came up. And the Dudleys and what they're saying. Really knocking the Dudleys. I like that.
I did my Enzo for Mike Check, didn't I, before we started?
Yeah, you did, yeah. We're going to have to keep some of these and...
outtakes.
The outtakes, keep them and just release them.
If that's the case, I'll step it up. It was only a half-hearted one. Yeah.
We'll do outtakes in future then.
Yeah.
We'll call them outtakes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Loved it. Enzo and that, and I'm really looking forward to what they're going to do.
And they had a little
thing with the Dudleys.
Which I really liked. Because listening to can you imagine Enzo and Bubba / Bully going back and forth?
Oh, it's going to be great.
Yeah, a couple of New York
in the ring. I know, that's going to be great.
Actually, no, Enzo isn't he?
I like the little
Enzo?
Boston. I think Boston or
Big, but you know what I'm saying. Big multi guys,
yeah.
big accents.
What you call it? What I'm like, I like the Dudleys. See the screw up about that match where the Usos put themselves through the table, so they rung the bell and they rung the bell and then but when it's not over, grabbed one of the Usos, threw him through the table. Now it's over. Ring the bell. Now it's over. And I was just like,
proper shouted at him.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, you be professional around Bully.
Yeah, he's not going to stand for
Bubba
that.
Bully Ray Dudley.
Whether you're on national TV or not.
He could do that, man. Bubba Bully Ray Dudley.
Yeah, they could
They
do that.
haven't mentioned his middle name.
I think you'll be able to use Bully Ray anyway. And the reason I say that is because I think TNA can be in business to sue him by the end of the year.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah.
We've got a few NXT wrestlers, ex-TNA wrestlers at NXT.
Right now,
and they named Bobby Roode on the show.
We haven't got long to talk about.
No.
I've got to mention it though. NXT Takeover.
Great in Dallas.
Was
Awesome. I can't believe Bayley lost.
Well, it just reinforced for me that I thought she was going to the main roster.
Yeah.
I thought if she's dropping the title now.
She's got a main roster.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe should have won that. But I got to admit, that was a hell of a match, wasn't it?
Oh.
Yeah.
The only thing about the Samoa Joe match, the unfortunate thing, was he got cut and the doctor insisted on checking him every 10 seconds.
Yeah, but it was a cut by the eye, like.
It's their regulations now.
Yeah, I know.
But they've got to do it.
But that was a good match. It just shows how good Samoa Joe actually is.
Yeah, so Samoa Joe, I'm favourite as the main event. That was
Yeah,
good.
that was good.
Bayley and Asuka.
That was good and all.
That was-
I like Asuka.
Very different.
Asuka, I mean.
That's how it's read, but my understanding is that you just say it. Well, they say it Asuka. Anyway.
Well, do you know what? I might just make it my thing that all silent letters, yeah?
Yeah.
I will start pronouncing
Oh, I see.
Asuka. So my name's Wayne. Because my E's silent. So
That's good for psychology.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I love the NXT show, and also one thing I have to mention.
it's
Here we go. Are you ready? I'm
psychology.
going to leave a you out
It's
again. Okay.
psychology.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Psychology.
So I'm going to leave a you out again now, just to annoy you.
What?
Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn.
Hell of a match.
Oh my god! And the crowd was
Crazy.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Hell of a match.
Yeah.
You got to pick some spots there, but you can't really pick any spots because the whole thing was that was masterwork of a match. You know, like Sammy got his bits, and because we haven't seen what's his name in WG before.
I was going to say. I mean, I've seen.
I'm not pronouncing his name because I'll just ruin it.
Just say Nakamura.
Yeah, but you know, he done some of his stuff, which I've only seen little bits of New Japan Wrestling. I was only watching him via AJ because I was an AJ fan. When you see them two together, they were awesome.
Yeah.
And with him and Zami, I thought it was great.
It was really good. I really hope. I know that Sammy's on the main roster, but I hope we see that again. I think that'd be great. Sammy can come down for the next one and say, "I want to take you on again."
Yeah.
You know the way that they built it, Regal put it together because he's rewarding Sami Zayn by giving him the best guy from Japan.
Yeah.
So they can make a story. Isn't it mad how the stories in NXT are all based around wrestling?
Yeah.
How
Where
strange.
they are and
How
everything.
strange. And that works. How
It
strange.
works, yeah. Well, they don't have a team of writers.
No.
They have a team of old school wrestlers,
Yes.
and they just
And
write.
freedom too.
Yeah, and they just write it. They just hash it out, and how Vince used to do it.
Yeah.
But
Debut as well. Austin Aries.
Austin Aries, yeah,
Should have been a call out for us really. That Corbin was going up
yeah.
because Aries beat him. Nothing special, but it was
No,
a little introduction.
That was a good. I like Austin Aries though.
Yeah, he's gone straight to the top of the card now too.
Yeah, yeah,
By beating Baron Corbin.
yeah. That's about it for me, you know.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Let me just ask you, what was a better show? We always obviously look
What,
for the
WrestleMania and that
Takeover.
takeover? For better wrestling, like really proper good wrestling. Dallas Takeover was for that, but for spectacle and for actual in some matches, they both had their good and bad points. But I do like. I'm going to put WrestleMania ahead because they built that more and built that huge. And Takeover for NXT is just a combination of some storylines, which is great, which should be. So I'm probably sounding like I'm talking bullshit, but no, they're both 50-50 for me. I enjoyed both. Different reasons, yeah. WrestleMania's WrestleMania. Yeah. You know, there are bad ones, but you know, you still watch WrestleMania.
Yeah, I've got to say, I mean, I've been in a frame of mind recently, which I never thought I'd be in. When I thought, if Raw doesn't improve soon, I am just going to revert to NXT. I don't want to be one of those guys off the internet that just goes, I only watch NXT. But
I watch both.
Yeah, I'll watch, but it's hard for me to, a lot of the time lately, to be interested in Raw. But if we're changing direction now, we're moving away from Triple H and Reigns. We're getting into maybe Reigns turning and that kind of thing. I'm interested to see that, so that's enough to keep me going.
Yeah, same here. And
I am going to be more religious with my NXT watching because I enjoy it every time I watch it.
Yeah, same here. I watch it every week.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's it for us today.
Yeah, absolutely. So, shall we do a little Walking Dead in a little while? Or?
Yeah, we'll do Walking Dead in the next podcast.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Bye.